friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. I'm so happy you chose to stop by. But if this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinito's DIY. Okay, so you can see that we're still going to be doing Christmas in July. So with all of that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Here I have is a Christmas tree that I got from Amazon. If you are looking for something similar, I will leave a link in the description box below so you can go check them out. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is covering up my Christmas tree. Now the color green that I'm using here, it's a little bit too dark. So you will see me first, covering my tree, but then I will go in later, remove the entire thing because I want it to be a little bit lighter. So I just went ahead and grabbed some green, white, mixed it up and made it lighter. So it was really easy to add the clay to my foam. I did not use glue. The only thing I did was just grab pieces of green, roll them out, and then did each layer one at a time. And as you can see here, all I was using just my hands, and I was just pressing the clay into the foam. I did this to each layer, and this is how easy and simple it was to add. I made was some characters, and so I wanted to finish that, and this is what we're going to be doing in this video. So like I stated earlier, I did not add any type of glue to the foam. What I do recommend is that whenever you finish your piece, to add some seal to it, or sealer, and the one I use is Mod Podge, and it's a clear sealer, and this will help me prevent it from cracking. I have used it numerous of times, and let me tell you, the sad part is that if you don't, you work so hard making a piece, and then just to come back the next day and then find cracks in there. So again, do cover your entire piece when you're using clay. Cover it with a sealer. All right, so I wanted my tree to look like it had snowed, and there's snow on top. So I just grabbed some white, and really there was any specific type of pattern. All I was just doing some zigzags pattern, I guess you can call them. And then this is just going to be snow laying on top of my tree. I wanted every branch to have snow because I wanted to give it look like it had just finished snowing. So just again, making just zigzag patterns was pretty much all that I was doing here. Once I had all of my snow cut out, then I laid them on top of the branches. Because the clay was still soft, I didn't have to worry about using any glue. So as usual, I would like to take this chance to give a special shout out to Miss Joanne Bradley. Thank you so much for giving me a shout out. Guys, if you do not know who she is amazing. You need to go check her out. She has her own YouTube channel, as well her own Facebook page, and it's Crafting with Joanne Bradley. She is amazing at what she does. She knows how to do fake bakes. She does crafting. She is amazing, and I'm sure all of you already know who she is, but just in case you don't, so, and also I would like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing to my channel, and for everyone who has been following me from the beginning. Thank you again so much. I honestly appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so here it is all done. Now the candy canes that I'm planning to add to them, I'm not sure if I'm going to add all of it, because my idea was to add a whole bunch of them, but then I felt like it was going to overpower the tree, if that makes any sense. So I am going to make some. Now I am going to just show you how I rolled out the clay, but not necessarily how I just cut and shape them into a peppermint candy, because I'm sure that all of you already know how to do that. So I just didn't want to waste your time on showing you that. So like I said, just pretty much here all I am just rolling out my clay, try to shape it into a peppermint, and then strip, and then I'm just going to cut little small pieces, which I believe were like 2 inches each one. I just cut it and then just curved the top and just shaped it into a peppermint candies. So here I have a hot wire foam cutter, and normally I like to use a knife, but because I wanted my mountains to have like detailed really detailed in there. Well, had no other choice but to use this wire. I was only afraid because I thought I was gonna burn down the house. But then I read the instructions. It's usually something I don't do, but this, I read the instructions and I was very careful. And it wasn't really that bad, so anyways, so I used this, and I am going to leave a link in the description box down below as well. And I also got it off of Amazon, and it came with all of these other little gadgets, also a stand, some extra wire, and it was really easy and smooth, cutting trying to make my mountain, what have you. All right, so I want the edge of the mountain to have a foam sheet. I was planning to add clay all the way around, but that was too much clay and I didn't want to waste that much clay. So I chose to use this glitter white foam sheet, and I am going to just glue it down. And I did learn my lesson from the last time not to use crazy glue on foam sheet, not on the foam sheet, but on the foam itself, because it will eat right through it, if that makes any sense. So I had to use tacky glue, and it worked just as fine. It just took a little longer to dry, but it's better than having holes in my mountain, don't you think? All right, so this is just the clay, and I'm going to just simple roll it out because this is going to mimic the snow on top of my mountain. And yeah, this is all I did, is just rolled out this big piece. And of course I'm using here my big boy roller, and this is how easy and simple. Now this, as you can see, is a foam that I got from one of these packages that I get, and just extra foam. I'm sure you guys probably do the same thing that I do. We don't throw nothing away, we save it, because you never know when you're going to need one. And this was perfect for the size that I was looking. It sat in my closet for about almost a year, but I was happy that I was able to use. So here I am going to now start adding my little characters, and as you can see here, I am just adding my snowman. Now I wanted, because I have a penguin, I want him to be skating on a pond, so I grabbed some light blue clay, and then I just shaped what looks to be like a pond to me. The size that I cut was a little bit too small, and I just had to go back in there and redo it so my penguin will not be too big. So now that I added the pond, I want the pond to have snow all the way around, like on the edge. So I'm just going to roll out a strip of white, and this is going to mimic some snow. And I'm just going to add this as close, if not try to place it on top of the edge of the pond, going all the way around. I want to make sure that it touches the blue part, and if there's no gaps in there, because I know that once it dries up, my clay will shrink, and if it's not touching each other, then you will see that. So whenever you add a piece to another piece, like the way I'm going to do it here, like, 'cause I'm almost using this like a border, if that makes any sense. You always want to make sure that it's touching the other color, otherwise it dries and then you're going to see that gap. And you'll see in just a minute that right there where my fingers are at, there's that one gap. So I'm going to, once I lay the entire snow all the way around, then I'm just going to go back in there and I'm going to press it close, because I don't want that to dry and then later show. Again, after I finish my entire piece, I will go in and I am going to add some clear sealant, and that's going to lock in that clay where it will not crack. Here is my penguin, and because he is skating, I think he looks adorable. So now I am going to also be adding the rest of the little friends, but first I want to show you my Christmas tree. Well, not Christmas tree, but my candy cane tree. And as you can see, it looked like there's too many candy canes, so I will be removing some of those candy canes. I also got this mold, like a log mold, wooden log, from Amazon. And I just, made quite a few of these little pieces and added all the way around, because again, I want them to look like they're in the forest having fun. When I came up with the idea of making this, I was really afraid because I did not know what to expect. It is out of my comfort zone, but I am so happy that I went through with it. Well, my friends, here it is. What do you think? I really love how it all came out. As well, this is the end of a video. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget also to leave me a comment and share my channel with others so it can continue to grow. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate every single one of you. And until the next time, stay safe, be kind. Bye.